Hey, this is Chavo Guerrero Jr., and you're watching THS Wrestling. Viva la raza!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to THS Wrestling presents that hashtag show. I have been drinking.
Tell us the tea.
Oh, it's just we went to Cheers when we were in Boston, and it's just Heineken. That's all it is. It's really nothing.
How I feel about Boston.
Nothing too major. Guys, welcome. We're going to be talking about a couple of different topics. Rapid fire. We won't keep you too long on this Sunday. We hope everybody had a great weekend. My name is John. It's good to be back. It's been a while. Also, if for trivia people, it says wow, but the last time I actually used that, it said mom. So the last time I used that was on Mother's Day.
Wow.
That was the last time I used that. Kat, what's up? Ken, what's going on? It's been a crazy month. I didn't have a PC. It exploded. I have a new one. It's great so far. It's not exploded. I was on vacation. July was wild, y'all. I'm back though, so ready to go.
Woo! Are you back? Like the 72-year-old man, Ric Flair is back.
We're going to talk about that. Talk about that in a minute. Like I said, my name is John, and joining me is the birthday boy, Neeson. Neeson, what's going on, man?
Pingo, I have not sat virtually across from you in the last probably like 2 months.
Yeah, man.
It's been quite some time. I either have been filling in for your driver's seat, which I never want, and
you're good at it. Come on.
I'm not a good driver. I am a great oxman. Give me the ox cord.
That is a fucking lie, and you know
banging out the tracks, bro.
In a session on YouTube, go check.
Well, that's different. That's different. That's different. I'm not wrangling people here, trying to wrangle top. It's different.
Fair enough.
But man, I'm happy to be back with you. It's been quite some time. It's also been quite some time. It's just been a 2-man booth. Are we Pat McAfee and Michael Cole right now? Can I stand on top of the desk and dance while Rick Booze starts playing?
You can probably until we have a run in. Possibly. I'm not sure if we're going to. I have some friends. We'll get into topics soon, guys. I have some friends who aren't big wrestling fans that were talking about watching Pat McAfee's show, and they can't stand when he's like standing. It makes them like upset. I'm like, it's just what he does. It's just what he does.
I love it. Yes, Ian, SummerSlam is coming up vastly soon. And the reason why I'm sweating when you mention SummerSlam is not only because it's like 100 degrees in the valley, but also is because we have like 6 events plus SummerSlam to do. So if you're in Vegas, make sure you hit up me and Pingo and Johnny Parker and Jimmy V and Producer Junior and Jimmy B, all the Jimmys and J's and B's and E's.
A lot of
everybody's gonna be out there, man. Make sure you check us out. We'll get into what we're doing, but yeah, SummerSlam is gonna be litty.
I am very excited. Also, Neeson, breaking news: PWG released their card, and it is a fucking banger as usual.
AJ Gray,
Lee Moriarty's going to come back. That's all I care about.
Lee Moriarty, Jake Atlas is back.
Gresham versus Alex Shelley. Holy moly! And Malachi Black and Brody taking on Demonic Flamita because he's evil now. And oh my god, who else is he taking on? I've already forgotten. I'm sorry, everyone. Anyway,
all I know is we're going, right? We're going.
Yeah, we're going. I sat on some other tickets, and I'm glad I didn't buy them. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
But yeah, those should go on sale hopefully soon, and I'm glad that I waited. I had a feeling. Derek, we're going to talk about Punk. We're going to talk about him at the end of the show, which should be short, even though we've just been talking for about 5 minutes.
We haven't been talking, guys.
Yeah.
This is like just two friends catching up. Like we haven't really talked. It's just been crazy. When you say August and July has been effing
And
crazy.
June was all 3 months were crazy, dude.
Brutal. And it's still not. Again, we go to Vegas in a couple days, and right after that, I go to Orlando, and then for a week. And then it's nuts. It's nuts. But hey, let's get into the great sport of professional wrestling.
Let us get into that. Make sure Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling, YouTube.com/ it's Black Taurus. Thank you, Ken. That's who it is. I don't know how that escaped my mind. YouTube.com/that#show TV and Twitch.tv/that #show. Make sure you're following all of those formats for all the good stuff. But we're going to start off by talking a little bit about AEW Rampage, just a little bit, because if you go over to YouTube, our YouTube page, I did a little 5-minute review of the whole show. You can just check it out there. I thought it was super quick hour. I thought it was just like, oh, it's over. Okay. Neeson, before we actually talk about Cage Omega, I want to know, what did you think of the 4-man booth? Did you think it worked well, or do you think it's like, maybe we should just stop the experiment now?
My first initial thoughts were, oh, this is cool for a first show to have voices that you're familiar with as wrestling fans, Mark Henry, Chris Jericho, etc., all on a booth. Now, I'm hoping that it may be a rotating third chair following every Friday. I think that'll be something great where you have those familiar voices. You have a Big Show fill in, you have a Mark Henry fill in, you have a Chris Jericho fill in, and the list goes on and on. Because they just keep signing WWE guys, and not even WWE, but WWE legends per se.
Right.
We get Ric Flair on a commentating booth. Like we get stuff like that. I think that adds another level of energy and fun, because like you said, it was a quick hour, but it was a fun hour. And I was so surprised I forgot, or I didn't know that it was just an hour. So I was like, wait, I want more. Like this is It reminded me of early NXT days, right? Like those Full Sail NXT 2015-14 days when it was an hour and you're just like, this is it. Like, give me more. So yeah, man, Rampage, that energy, the commentary booth, I think it's all fun experiments. Hopefully we don't continue with 4-man booths though.
Yeah, I think Excalibur did a good job of making sure everyone was engaged and kind of in line. I also mentioned in my review, Chris Jericho might need to take it down from 11. I get it. He's trying to keep the energy high. He's trying to keep everybody psyched. But I'm like, oh my God, it's too much.
The one thing I hate about Christian is he's using the energy from the fans. That's like, why?
That's a good one.
Why are you so excited?
From the fans, Excalibur.
Why are you so excited, man? Relax.
So our first match, as I use this towel because it is indeed 170 degrees here in the valley.
It's been 100 degrees for the last 2 months every single day, and I just want to shoot the sun. Like
when I was in New England, it rained, and I was like, "What is this? I don't even know what this is." And they were like, rain? "We're so sick of the rain," and I'm like, "Please, I would like some rain,
please."
So our first match on AEW Rampage, Christian Cage challenging Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship. There it is. I'll try and get a better quality image next time. I apologize.
AEW doesn't like us anymore.
No, they don't. Oh my God, they don't. What did we do? Anyway, I thought this was a great match to be like, this is our first show. We're going to start it off big. And I thought the match itself was pretty good. I was having a lot of fun with it. I thought Christian looked good. Omega is Omega. And then we had the little shenanigans at the end. And the shocker of all shockers is we have a new Impact champion. Kenny Omega has been pinned for the first time in years.
Yeah.
Albeit by assist from a chair. but he has been pinned. He has lost one of his championships. I guess, Neeson, my first question is, what did you think of this when you saw it?
When I saw him win in particular?
Yes.
I honestly thought the match was for the AEW title this whole time. Like, I don't know why I thought it was for the Impact title. Maybe because he's holding up the Impact title.
Oh, well, yeah, and it's kind of confusing because it says AEW and Impact World Champion,
right?
But then up top it says Impact World Championship. So there's a lot going on.
This is what happens when you're the collector. Look, so what happened when it went 1, 2, 3? I jumped up. Like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Did they just change the AEW World Heavyweight title on the first thing? Rampage? I literally jumped out of my seat. And they're like, a new Impact World Champion. I was like, oh. Okay. I mean, okay. This is why you put this match on first. Oh, this makes a lot of sense. And I was like, wait a minute. Are we starting to see the downfall of Kenny Omega? And then right after that, like, this is literally like back to back to back. And they're like, oh my God, like Kenny Omega, what's going to happen? Could Christian become the AEW World Champion at All Out? And I was just like, yeah, this all sucks. Like, I was like, this is great. It was a great moment. But then I'm like, wait, like, Impact World Champion, you see him still holding the 2 belts. And Christian, I get it. Now Christian could be the face of a company that does have a lot of potential, and they're just starting to really gain momentum now with fans coming back. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm happy for Christian, but it just doesn't seem like it does anything for Impact yet. Like,
right.
You know, so all those thoughts went into my mind very quickly. But it was a pretty amazing match. The energy, the crowd was behind them. Chris Jericho was behind them. Clearly, everybody was behind this match, man, and it just felt good. And then you have the Jurassic Express come out. So now, does that mean Jurassic Express is going to win the Impact Tag Team titles? The AEW Tag Team titles. So who's challenging for the Impact titles?
Well, that was Dark Order.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They lost on Wednesday, that was also a great match. I really enjoyed that. That was. And then again, all the Dark Order Hangman stuff is absolutely amazing. Like, they're doing such good stuff with that. Who will beat Kenny for the title? Hangman. It's Hangman or bust. Like, it has to be.
It's cowboy shit, baby. It's cowboy shit.
What an amazing payoff that's going to be when it happens.
Well, Kobe is not coming. No, what you mean, Brian Danielson? Yes, that's a whole nother conversation about Brian Danielson, CM Punk, WWE, AEW.
So you mentioned you thought it was for the AEW World Championship, but that match is coming up at All Out. Now, we've already technically seen this match. You know, we just talked about it. I assume it's going to be a title for title, so Kenny can get the titles back if that's where we're going. Now that we've seen it, do you want to see it again so soon?
No.
Yeah.
No. Keep it. Cool. We have that moment. Move on. And I think one thing about AEW fans, they're very vocal to the point of they feel just like us. It's not a thing of like, they're like, okay, we're going to wait to see this play out. It's, yep. You have a ghost?
It's the dogs. I'm by myself with the dogs, so they're running around, and I don't know what is going on over there.
Do I gotta call somebody? You got me nervous.
No, that would be great because we'd have it recorded if we got a real life like ghost sighting thing. That'd be great.
No, I'm more concerned about your health than
I agree.
Having a viral ghost sighting.
Fair. Fair enough.
I've seen Casper way too many times.
Man.
So I honestly think that it has to be something where Hangman and Christian, somehow we get Hangman substituting Christian, because nobody wants to see that, and the crowd is gonna boo. If we get closer to All Out, like that go home show to All Out, and it's gonna be Christian versus Hangman, they're gonna boo these shits. out of that match?
Well, I have seen fantasy booking scenarios where people have said Christian's not going to make it to All Out, and that maybe someone like a Bryan Danielson or a CM Punk would replace him. But then it's like, I don't know if I want to go straight to that just to possibly have either one of those do the job to Kenny Omega right away.
And as a fill-in, like, so then one of them are like not going to make it. So are they going to be heel?
I don't know.
So confused.
Yeah, so I don't really know. I assume we're still just going to get the match as planned. And I also am kind of just like, I don't know. You know, I don't know if I don't really want to see it again so quickly. It's just, we just saw it. And now it's going to be, I assume, the main event of your pay-per-view.
Right.
That doesn't seem right. Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
where is he?
Now entering the ring in the 25th hour, Jimmy V.
Jimmy, where are you?
I call it the 25th hour, but also like I'm now with you.
It's Sleepless Club.
You're outside hanging out. Where are you?
I'm at a friend's place. I have a friend out of town, so that's why I'm a little bit delayed. So I'm just gonna drink my cafe coffee right now to wake myself up for this.
Oh man, I want some coffee. We didn't even plug Death Wish coffee, the world's strongest coffee.
This is Death Wish iced coffee.
There you go. Oh, look at that. We did it.
Also, I'd like to mention, like, I don't know if it's been fully mentioned yet, but also it should be brought up that Hangman basically is taking that hiatus because of the his impending child. So that does affect things. Like if it was just like and for an angle, it'd be one thing. But considering like, oh, he's probably going to be taking at least a month off for his kid, then that really does affect things. And it's probably I would assume that's one of the reasons why the whole Dark Order tag team and stipulation for the title match came in.
Exactly. I forgot about that. I forgot that he is about to be a father, a cowboy father.
You know what, guys? As much as we are in the news delivering industry, one, didn't know that. Two, it was kind of cool that I didn't know that because I was really invested in a story without thinking anything else and otherwise. Like I was like, oh yeah, cool, man. Like, oh, they're gonna work back to something. Like, this is really great. I was really into it. It's like, oh yeah, he's about to have a kid. He's taking time off. I'm like, oh, the same reason why, which we'll get to. I think about Cena and Roman and how Cena's definitely gonna win that title at SummerSlam. I'm already giving my predictions, and it's not a prediction; it's a spoiler. And because he just signed on for more dates, and the summer of Cena rolls over into the fall of Cena. And what's gonna happen? Who beats the Roman Reigns? The 17-time champ, John, the GOAT Cena.
Soon to be 17th-time champ.
Soon to be.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. He beats him. He holds it. He's 17 times.
So do you think this is part of the marketing push for the home entertainment media release for the Suicide Squad once it leaves HBO Max on September 5th and then goes straight into DVD sales?
Could be. Featuring, I haven't seen it yet, by the way. Don't say anything. I've been busy. Featuring the WWE Universal Champion, John Cena. They could put that on the box. They wouldn't. I don't know what that means. I haven't seen it.
But it also leads right into the Peacemaker series, so that's also early marketing for that as well. So
that's true. So let's talk about Roman Reigns and John Cena. They became Shoot Week on Friday Night SmackDown. I believe John Cena mentioned how heavily protected Roman Reigns was. He talked about Seth Rollins, and he said that he ran Dean Ambrose out of the WWE. That was his face. Probably not his face when it happened. Also, Roman Reigns mentions Nikki Bella. And John Cena says, maybe I'll just leave I'll leave Vegas with the title, and I'll hop the railing, and I'll blow you a kiss. She got a smile from, I think, everyone in the ring. A little smirk. What do we think of this? Did it make you more hyped than you already were? Because I'm pretty hyped, honestly.
Absolutely. I was turned all the way up for it, and it made it even more. Look, I feel that we're in this. We want something more. Like I'm a Cena fan. I'm a Roman fan, and I'm really pushing for Cena to win because it'll make Roman even more of a monster. Trying to get the title back, but just thinking the storyline, Roman really only said one thing. It was kind of like, in this instance, Roman was Jay-Z, right? Roman said one verse, one thing, like Jay-Z did on TakeOver against Nas. He had one verse against Nas. Said, missionary may be fine for you for 20 years, but it wasn't for Nikki Bella. Oh, bars. Burr, 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 burr. John Cena comes back, was like, all right, want to talk facts? We're sitting there smiling with your soap bar teeth. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. He come back with Nas Ether. Just a whole song. A whole exact song towards him. He said, a verse. I'm going to give you a song. And he just starts rattling off these things. Right. He went mixtape. He went Lil Wayne mixtape. He went dedication, DJ drama mixtape. Just bars. And all in one setting. And that's all they needed. And it sucks that it took so long to get here because we only have one more show. Like, I would love for them to have 2 or 3 weeks of this. Hopefully next week we have something even more they could deep down and go to. But Cena really kept it simple, and he said facts. Like, all he has to do is get 1, 2, 3. That's it. And then mentioning CM Punk, chef's kiss, because CM Punk is the most talked about thing. I was on the red carpet for Heels. Shout out Heels. It premiered today. Hope you guys watched it. I was on the red carpet for Heels, and Mike O'Malley is telling me, yeah, CM Punk is definitely coming back, guys. Like, he's definitely coming back.
Mike O'Malley?
Mike O'Malley. Nick Arcade. Oh, that's the first thing I brought up to him, by the way. I was I just want to let you know.
You mean Guts?
No, Guts. Guts. I was like, I just want to let you know, the kid in me right now is mad you never picked me for Guts. But that's here or there. And we talked about bringing it back as 30-year-old men and women trying to do Guts. Yes. Whole thing. Check out the interview. But he said, and I quote, CM Punk, he looked right at the camera. He was like, CM Punk is coming back. And then he looks at me. He's like, you know that, right? He is coming back. That is my favorite wrestler right now.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
But now it's this thing of you clearly got this CM Punk line approved. Are we going to get CM Punk in WWE? Is this a big ruse? Are we going to eventually get him in WWE? Because he could still go to AEW, have a little thing for Heels because, Chicago, that's when his episode premieres, blah, blah, blah. And then come to WWE. And if I was Vince McMahon, that's what I would want. Yeah, go to AEW, have a big splash, and then we will steal you, get our money, and you'll be bigger over here. That's all I got to say. I'm ready. SummerSlam.
I mean, I think he did say, CM Punk said that the pro wrestling industry needs a kick in the teeth, right? Did he say something? I mean, that would be a huge kick.
Roman's teeth?
I don't know if he said teeth. Did he say teeth?
If he said teeth, if he said Roman's teeth, look, that's gonna sell 100,000 tickets at Cowboy Stadium next year. Roman versus CM Punk. Absolutely. That's a headliner.
Yeah, 100%. More so than The Rock, you think?
I think you saved The Rock for LA.
True. Very true. Jimmy, what'd you make of the Cena Roman segment from SmackDown?
I mean, I love it. Was it was a shoot fest, and I love the fact that it was a shoot fest. I just think it came out better than I probably could have ever expected somehow. And especially the Dean Ambrose line, I would have never saw that coming. But I think the most surprising thing out of everything is the fact that he literally directly referenced CM Punk, and there was zero smattering of any CM Punk chant. So I don't know if it was just the crowd not picking up on it or not, or they just didn't want to acknowledge it because they were so invested with Cena and Roman that we don't need to acknowledge Punk. We know he's talking about it, but I was just shocked that like the crowd just didn't erupt into CM Punk chant. But
he said it so quick though. He said it so quick. If you're in the audience and you've been there, like it probably didn't register, like until you're like after. But we know, like when we were at home, we were like, oh shit.
I mean, it was quick, but it wasn't quick because he was like, I'm gonna grab the title, then I'm gonna hop the guardrail, and who knows, maybe I'll blow a kiss. Like I wouldn't say it was quick, but it was not slow either, but it was very noticeable.
And then Cena posted the picture on IG. I thought
So next time we see Cena and Roman in the ring, if we get a CM Punk chat, we know who's watching.
I mean, I can only assume, given with the fans in Vegas, I don't know when, but at some point, there's going to be a CM Punk chant.
Not for me.
If we don't know yet. Given Rampage the night before, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that could just bleed on over into it. That is for sure. Oh man, we're not going to be able to watch Rampage live.
We won't. But
wait.
Well, maybe.
I have Sling now, so maybe.
Hey, what Sling gang?
I don't need Sling. I got it on my laptop. We'll be
yeah.
So Derek says, I just want to answer Derek question real quick and say, have you watched Hills on Stars? It's pretty good. I have, and
I haven't yet.
I've watched a few episodes, and I will say that it gets better with each episode. It definitely gets better with each episode. It is a little jarring watching the Green Arrow do a Southern accent and him not saying you have felt the city. But other than that, it definitely gets better. I think it's a great balance of casual wrestling fans or just people that's not knowledge. Like you have people actually teaching what kayfabe is and what just this whole world of like what we have been engulfed as a community. I say we, everybody in this chat room. And also shout out to the chat because you guys are having conversations with yourselves as I'm watching. And that's what I love seeing. I love seeing you guys talk to each other. As we spew stuff. So yeah, all I say is watch Hills. They really took care of the wrestling fan of like us, and then just the drama fan as well. And plus, Steve Armel broke his back filming this, and man. He's putting in the work. Like he's really, really putting in the work. So kudos. Watch it Sundays.
He mentioned his injury specifically with Neeson, so please go back and watch that interview.
Yeah. For sure. All right. Last night, AAA had Triplemania 27. I can't do Roman numerals. I can't remember. But we had Andrade El Idolo taking on Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega Championship. And look who showed up in Mexico. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Do you think this was the thing he wanted to do that WWE wouldn't let him do?
Honestly, no. I think the thing he wanted to do was he just got casted in like some show. He got casted in some show. And as we know, WWE, you could have big movie blockbuster opportunities, and WWE won't approve it sometimes. So, in order to be able to get these things, sometimes you just got to leave and do your own thing. If Ric Flair has made a career enough to where he could be like, all right, guys, I'll leave.
Do whatever he wants.
Bye. So I just think this came with it. I think this is just the plus, the caveat to him leaving.
It was pretty interesting. I ended up watching the match. Match overall was really good. We talked earlier about Cage Omega 2. I would love to see Andrade Omega 2 for sure. They killed it. It was a lot of fun. Also, I just wanted to bring up this picture from backstage last night. I thought that was pretty interesting. Conan in his Beantown hat. Conan actually brought what's that?
Conan just likes hats, honestly.
Hey, love a good hat.
I was about to say, is Pingo Conan? Is this Pingo?
No, you know what? Like Conan. I mean, Conan seems like a great dude. He he looks like he's having a rough time getting around. I'm not going. It makes me sad. What about Moose Ishii too? I didn't watch it, Mike. I heard it was amazing though. We're actually, man, we're not talking about anything with New Japan that happened last night, but
I didn't watch.
Billy Ostrich came back, so I think I might not care anymore.
We were busy celebrating last night, so it didn't really
so what we think of Flair showing up in Triplemania? He got in the ring. He did some chops back and forth. He put Conan in the figure 4. We got some face-offs with him and Omega. Omega says that Flair has made this personal now. What do we just think of him showing up?
I think it's cool for wrestling. I think right now we're in this time for wrestling that anything and everything can happen, and it's fun. I also think those chops, man. You know, you live for the pops. You know, I think you live for the pops, and yeah, it was just a fun time. It's kudos to Kenny Omega for selling those chops.
Oh my God.
Kudos, Kenny.
I'm going to go on mute for a second because I thought my dogs had shit all over the floor, but it's much worse. They ripped up a little toy and it is all over the place and they're continuing to eat it. I'm going to go on mute for a second.
That's not worse than shitting. That is you're on mute, but got you.
Fair enough. Personally speaking, I think that Flair showing up was really great. Like, he can do whatever he wants right now. You know, he can. He's not.
Where's your wallet?
Sorry, he's not hooked up to any WWE commitments anymore. He can do whatever he wants. So if you told me that, like, the former leader of Lucha Underground and then the former manager of Prince Puma of Lucha Underground is managing Andrade and he'd get hooked in the figure 4 by Ric Flair was going to happen on the same show, I don't think I would have ever believed that if you told me this like last year. So it was just really weird to see that, like, Kenny did a phenomenal job, by the way, selling everything. But yeah, like, if you told me all this like a year ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But also, I don't know if anyone actually watched the feed, but it was like, imagine getting like the Mexican equivalent of Kevin Dunn for that match.
Yes.
I felt like it was a strobe effect and it was giving me a migraine with how many it was ridiculous.
How do you know it wasn't just Kevin Dunn, guys? How do you know?
It could have been. We don't know that. So Miller, what did you think?
I didn't shit on the floor.
I'm glad you didn't. Yeah, I mean, I love watching AAA. I think it's a lot of fun, but at times it can be pretty jarring.
Michael got it.
Live for the great grandpops. But yeah, okay. Sorry, I was distracted. Shall we move on, or are we good?
Let's move on to the
okay. Other stuff that happened on SmackDown. We have a new Intercontinental Champion, King Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura, 2-time back with the championship. I really enjoy this. I think Apollo Crews could have had a longer run, but I think Shinsuke with Booge is amazing, and with Pat McAfee losing his mind every time he comes out. It's just a hot hand right now, and we're all big Shinsuke fans. We have been for a very long time, even before he was in the company. I think it's just great to see him, being appreciated once again in WWE. Not to say like to be a champion. Let's go with that instead of appreciated. What do you guys think of the match, and are you excited that Shinsuke is our new champion?
I was thoroughly surprised that they changed the title on SmackDown. So again, it was one of those moments I was like, what? Like, okay, we're going with this. This is cool. Going into SummerSlam. With Shinsuke as a title, you could tell that they're really making SummerSlam, WrestleMania, the biggest party of the summer. And I'm loving every bit of it. I love him going into the summer with it, or going in the fall with it, possibly holding it for quite some time. I think this also positions him, since there's rumors of King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring coming back for October. Is that shit? What is that? And also King and Queen of the Ring coming for October. So with them culminating it in Saudi Arabia, which look, I know we'll get closer and we have that conversation, but when we talk about progression and we talk about using, quote unquote, your influence, powers to be, blood money to have a female Queen of the Ring crown in Saudi Arabia is pretty epic. Just thinking about how far they came in like 3 years, epic. But talking about this, I think this is great, and it's a great swerve to set up a King Xavier. I think everybody's gonna think King Shinsuke will win because he's been on this hot streak. He's at the title and all these things. But I really, really think we're gonna see Shinsuke versus Xavier Woods in a final for King of the Ring, and Shinsuke and Xavier Woods winning. This is my plan. This is my plot. You got Big E was facing Apollo for months, and I think him losing to Shinsuke and then Xavier beating Shinsuke. I have a whole thing. This is like Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm just everything is everything. That is me. That is me, guys. Sorry, Jimmy.
Let's just, before we get Jimmy's thoughts, in that scene where he talks about everywhere, I keep seeing this name. I keep seeing this
everywhere.
Name.
Yeah,
it's literally it's supposed to be Pennsylvania. That's the name that he sees because he can't read. Because he can't freaking read. He's like, everywhere I see this name. I see.
Sunny in Philadelphia. That's hilarious.
I never caught that.
Yeah, I just saw it a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But Jimmy, Shinsuke, new champion.
I love it, even though it's to the detriment of Apollo Crews, who did not get owed the IC title run he should have gotten. Like, it's great he won the title at Mania, but they did nothing with him except for just this long ongoing feud with Big E, which was like led to nowhere. Big E ended up winning the Money in the Bank, and we'll talk about that later. But like, he ended up just going nowhere with the title. It was just basically, how many matches can you have with Big E? So for at least now that Shinsuke's won the title, it can at least go somewhere. And I agree with Neeson. It's going to lead to a match with Xavier, but I'm going to throw a little wrench into that. I think it's going to be Raw versus SmackDown for the King of the Ring. And the winner of each are going to face King Nakamura for the title of King. But the semifinal for Raw is going to be Kofi versus Xavier. And Xavier's going to win, but obviously Kofi will bow out gracefully. And then Xavier will take on whoever wins the SmackDown side. And the winner of that will take on King Nakamura and then win the title of King at Saudi Arabia.
So you're saying King of the Ring won't crown a king, it'll crown a contender for the King title?
Yes, because we already had Nakamura beat Corbin for the title of King. So I think this is going to lead to taking on Nakamura for the title of King. Not for the title, but for the title of King.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not for the IC title, but for the title of King.
Right.
What if Xavier wins the Intercontinental title? What if the final is not only for King of the Ring, but it's for the IC title?
But then if that happens, does that mean that Kofi's left alone on Raw, or does the IC title go to Raw?
No, the IC title will go to Raw. I mean, there's always rumors of Big E going to Raw after the draft anyway to go back with New Day. So we will see.
You think he's going to take on Roman with the Money in the Bank?
No. He will be against Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley. That Big E is going to that side, like of the lane.
Yeah.
The other side is gonna be Shinsuke and Roman and like special guest champions. That's where that's going. Matthew says Xavier Woods versus Big E in the finals. Hey, Matthew, watch your mouth, okay? Watch it. I know you, Matthew. I know you. It's been over a year, and you've been clamoring for the New Day feud. And I know this is what you're saying. Okay? I'm not for it, Matthew. don't make me get on your Packers, okay? Your Last Dance Packers, Matthew.
This isn't going to be a feud. It's going to be spirited competition between the New Day, if it happens.
That's not what Matthew is saying. Matthew wants the New Day to feud.
Yeah. Nope, not happening.
All right, let's talk about something that may or may not be happening. It's been teased for months. We've heard the rumors. AEW Rampage this coming Friday is in Chicago. Darby Allin cut the promo, basically putting out, I feel like, an open challenge to anybody who wants to come to AEW, even if you think you're the best in the world. Mike O'Malley says it's going to happen. We had CM Punk on Friday tweeting this ROH cover, or not tweeting it. I'm sorry. He put it on IG, and he said this was 16 years ago today. This was also Final Chapter. If you haven't seen this DVD, it's fucking amazing. It's really, really great. I believe it's Punk and Cabana 2 out of 3 falls is the final thing. And Punk is obviously, as you can see on the cover, super emotional about leaving for WWE. But the last line is very telling. Nothing's over till you're dead or till you're underground. And we know who says that or has a tattoo of it on their chest, and that would be the former TNT champion Darby Allin. So the rumors are rampant. I believe Punk was doing commentary on MMA tonight, and he mentioned All Elite was an actual thing he said. So what do we think? Is this actually happening? I also know what's the other thing that is happening. The band Living Colour is following AEW now. So everything is absolutely crazy, topsy-turvy. What do you think is going to happen? Does CM Punk show up in AEW on Friday?
He shows up to MLW.
Aztec under. Yes, yeah, let's do it. He'll face Aries. It'll be great.
You said, does he show up on Rampage on Friday? Is that
what I'm saying?
Is so Friday in Chicago, right? Is it Friday?
Yes.
Yes. CM Punk shows up to Rampage Friday for sure. Now, there's so many caveats to this because you have the Cabana thing. You have Daniel Bryan. I think if you don't have anybody, you got Darby Allin challenging the best in the world. If you don't have anybody but them, I think we fall into the lines of the Christian debut, right? Like the Hall of Fame worthy talent, and everybody's like, what? And then it's like, it's not a thing of Christian isn't Hall of Fame worthy, is that it's Christian. Like we hyped it up as like either Kurt Angle, was like Kurt Angle, is it Brock Lesnar, is it CM Punk, is it who's this person? So I do think he's gonna show up. If not, then that crowd again, you got 1 hour to make, and he better show up in the, what does it come on? It comes on at 10 o'clock or
10
o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah, he better show up at 10:02.
I think he has to close the show, or that show will just go off the rails for the rest of the night.
I think the show's gonna be hijacked if it doesn't. Unless they have something major at the top of the hour, like it's just gonna be CM Punk chatting the whole show.
True. Yeah.
10:02. He better pop out. They better hear. And I would be one of those just screaming.
Oh yeah, I will also lose my mind. Jimmy, is he showing up?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and this is going off actually what Ken just mentioned in the chat. Like, if it's not Punk or Danielson, it'll be a riot. Here's the thing. Well before CM Punk, when one Bryan Danielson was in Ring of Honor, the audience was calling him the best in the world. He didn't call himself the best in the world. The audience, the Ring of Honor audience, and a lot of people, wrestling fans around the world, were calling Bryan Danielson the best in the world. So who's to say that come Rampage on Friday that the debuting person is not CM Punk and it's Bryan Danielson. Not saying that CM Punk won't show up in AEW, but what if this is a troll job by Punk because he's going to show up later and it ends up being Bryan Danielson? I very much think that's a big possibility. When CM Punk was calling himself the best in the world, I was like, wait, Daniel Bryan was calling himself that when he was Bryan Danielson. So I'm going to stick by my guns and say that, playing devil's advocate.
I will play a further devil's advocate, and I will reference a meme that I don't have handy. Why not both? Why not Bryan Danielson comes out, challenges Darby Allin, the match is over, and Living Color hits, and Punk comes out and goes, I'm sorry, I'm the best in the world. And then that is our true main event at All Out.
Well, we also have to think how much CM Punk wants to actually get back into quote unquote wrestling, right? Like we know that Heels brought him back into the wrestling world. They hired him. We know that the relationship that Heels has with AEW, it's basically just a joint love affair. But we also know that there's still relationships with WWE in Heels and Stephen Amell. He talks about it like it's this thing of you do all these things for Chicago. Chicago wants CM Punk. If this was any other town, I would say, yeah, it's very 50-50. Yes, it should be both. But one thing it must be is CM Punk. Or Chicago's they're gonna
lose their mind.
Defecate.
Whoa. All at once?
Yeah.
The brown note?
Yep. Brown it out.
Oh my God. Well, all right.
That's a terrible time to be a Windy City.
Absolutely. My God. The ghosts are all over the place in my apartment. The ghost of CM Punk. He's here and he's like, no, I'm not. Sorry.
You did mention Casper earlier. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. These dogs. I don't know. Like, you talk about behind the curtain. I have no idea what's happening behind this curtain right now. I guarantee there's just disaster happening and I will not show anyone. So we will get on out of here. But before we do, we mentioned before, we're all going to be in Vegas. Living it up. And by living it up, I mean trying to stay in any air-conditioned place that I can, sipping on Miami Vices and watching the great sport of professional wrestling. We have
you guys ready for the 100-degree weather?
Dude,
did you say ready for the Tinder degree weather?
Well,
I'm not. I looked at the weather report and I went, man, do we have to? And the answer is yes, because it's going to be a great weekend.
100 on Thursday, 101 on Friday. Oof.
That's really fine. It's been like that in the Valley, so I'm really okay with it.
Yeah, it's been
I'm really okay with that. Yeah, guys, so let's have fun. But let's run down this list of things that we have. I know on Friday. Where is that? So Friday, the first thing we have is Wrestle Swap, right?
Yeah,
that's the first thing. It's 10 to 5 at the Space. So most of these things, if not all of these things, is going to be at the Space, where we have the Godfather, we have Disco Inferno, we have Nick Gage, and we have Juventud, Juicy,
DJ Juice.
Also, at the same time, as that goes on down at Wrestle Swap, we have the Lucha Bros that will be there as well. They will be there. Did we cut it? That just happened?
They're not going to be there.
So the Lucha Brothers have a previous engagement with AEW, and unfortunately, they will not be appearing.
Well, guys, this is what happens.
They're probably going to be on Rampage.
Oh,
the Lucha Brothers will be on Death Triangle on Rampage.
Oh, well, cool, guys. That's great. So later that night, we have Murder, Death, Karaoke. Yes, guys, it will be Murder, Death, and Karaoke. That means somebody may get a glass bottle to the head. Somebody may get a pizza cutter to the forehead. and they're going to sing NSYNC Bye Bye Bye. It's going to be a great time to come and watch your favorite deathmatch wrestlers and other wrestlers alike sing your favorite songs from the 90s, 2000s.
Warner to sing Bye 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 for us?
I mean, we never know. You never know. Now, this is what I'm excited. I'm excited for all of this. But I'm excited for this because we will be hosting the Demandies pop-up. Yes, we will be giving away t-shirts and while people are in lines. Thank God you will be in lines inside. You will not be outside. But this is Saturday morning, 8 to 11, guys. Because why is it this early? 1, SummerSlam is that same day. 2, Mandy has to get right back on a flight because she has to go to NXT for Sunday. Yes, whatever, she's developing a stable or whatever the case may be. Also, shout out to women's stables looking like it's coming to life with Sasha's crew and Mandy. Oh my God, guys, we got a lot to talk about soon. But this Friday night, I'm sorry, before we get to the Murder, Death, Kill karaoke, come get drunk with us and watch a live showing of Talking Shop. The Hoot Boys are back. Yes, and special guest, Mojo, formerly known as Mojo Raleigh. I wish I knew how to say his last name. How do you guys say? What is it?
Mutati. Mojo
cool.
Mutati.
Okay, Mutati. Yes. So, guys, this will be fun. Come have a drink with us. And I'm also apparently I'm supposed to be playing like a Virgil role in this whole ordeal. Yeah. So I told him, hey guys,
you don't go to the show for this. Like, why?
I told him, hey, it's borderline a little racist, but I was like, we'll play with it. We'll play with the idea. So we also have this. If you like comedy, you like Dolph Ziggler after SummerSlam. If you're out there and you're not going to the fight or you're not going to the official SummerSlam after party hosted by Tiffany Haddish, you can come to D and Z and Friends. I want to say Discovery Zone for some reason, but DZ, Discovery Zone.
Well, because it's going to be bodacious.
SummerSlam-tacular, and that's right. It's a comedy show with wrestlers, with some special guests that we can't name, but I do know that this logo in the bottom left corner is the same font as Thunder, and I love it.
Yeah.
And the last thing,
wrestling.
Yeah, and that's it, guys. And look, we'll be there. We'll be there drinking, I'm sure, throughout the day. Some pina coladas and some hard lemonades. Sitting poolside, catching a tan. Come have a drink with us. Nope, not sitting poolside and catching a tan. Nope, maybe little.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how
I
feel. I know I'm playing mini golf on Thursday, and I'm excited about that. Me and producer Junior are going to go play Kiss mini golf.
Oh wow! I didn't get an invite. That's great.
Well, we might be hanging out at a cabana at MGM Grand Pool. So
I'm down with that. Since I didn't get an invite to play Kiss.
Listen, Junior told me. I assume he told everyone else.
No,
but
well,
you know
that's a lie.
You do that.
Yeah, I was like, well, you know that's a lie. Junior doesn't tell. Oh, look, there's Junior right there. What did he say? I don't even know what is that. What did he say in the chat?
Baja Blast 4 Locos.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that are you drinking 4 Locos right now?
I told him I want to go to the Taco Bell Cantina.
Oh, that's exactly what he wants to do. We're going to the Taco Bell Cantina too.
Oh yeah, I don't know these things, guys. It's fine. I just go to Top Golf by myself or something like that. I don't know. It's Vegas, may hire a prostitute. All right, so
that's it for this week, you guys. Well, I don't know if we're actually going to be doing a show next weekend. We'll take stock after the weekend and see how if everyone is still with us and is ready to talk about whatever happened in the week that is professional wrestling. Do we want to plug I'm at JP Thrice, Neeson?
I'm at Stay Fly Life, and just want to say thank you for all the birthday wishes that people have been hitting me. Thank you for the parties and things. It's been fun, but let's continue it in Vegas. Let's continue to party in Vegas, guys. Turn up, Didn't get a shot in the arm to sit in the house. Let's go.
That's true. Masked and Maxed. Let's go.
I'm at Twitter and Instagram right here at VJimmyV. Hey, if if I'm around and you find me and Neeson's around, say to me, "Happy birthday, Neeson," and I will buy you and Neeson a shot.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey
Come
guys,
on,
look,
Vegas.
I plan to be all the ignorance in Vegas, just the FYI. So
This is usually going to
are
be
we
an
sharing a
extension of
room?
Neeson's birthday. I'm just saying.
we are sharing the room, Pingo. You it's gonna be a great time. Great time.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. That's gonna be me talking to Lauren on the phone. I don't know.
You're just gonna be in a bath. You're gonna be in a bathroom. Like, why are you in a bath? I'm just in a bathroom. I just,
Oh shit. All right. So thanks for joining us. This I told you a quick 30 minutes. Obviously, I'm a fucking liar. Make sure you check out Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, Instagram.com/THS.Wrestling, YouTube.com/that#show TV, and Twitch.tv/that#show. But most importantly, guys, that#show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week, probably.
maybe we should do a different day.
Different day. We'll see.
Bye, Tegan. Bye. Bye, Tegan.